Good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your favorite funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us back to the PMDG 737-800 for a 1 hour and 10 minute flight from Germany to the Czech Republic. We'll be flying from Düsseldorf to Brno. We're using GSX, the Aerosoft Simple Traffic Tool, Saint Engines AI, and also using real world time and real world weather. Right, so let's hop on in. So we're parked here at one of the medium gates at Düsseldorf Airport. Jetway connected, and we got the ground power. So let's get inside. Batteries, and they stay on. Ground power is available, so let's start this sucker up. Let's start the boarding process.
Boarding requested.
So the previous flight, unfortunately, we had to cancel because all of a sudden the Microsoft Flight Simulator decided to freeze up on our asses, so we just ended at 3. It was just about when we were ready to taxi. It was a bit of a shame. So now we're trying again, different route, different plane, different day.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, please.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Awesome. Alright, so let's set up the FMC. Echo Delta Delta Lima is our location. And the gate, I believe, is Alpha 12. I'm not sure if that is quite accurate.
Crew
It
boarding
is.
starting.
Coston X23, cruising 370, wind 278 at 041, block fuel 6.4, 6.5, 2.5 on the final reserves. We got the DODEN 1 Tango out of runway 23 left for the TUMKA 1 Papa for runway 27. So 6.4, 2.5, that seems correct. Let's set the fuel, let's also set the payload, and we'll select our route. Latest information 123.780.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding starting.
45 at 21. Visibility 10.
Delivery 121.780.
Sky conditions. View at 100 feet. Broken at 2500 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 5. QNH 1005. Transition level 80. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Düsseldorf Airport, information hotel. 1150 Zulu. Arriving runways 23 left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 245 at 21. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, few at 100 feet. Broken at 2500 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 5.
Alright, so we got our weather. Departing runway 23 left. The wind is coming from 240 at 21 knots. It's not nothing. You get a couple of clouds at 1000, broken at 2500 and broken at 3500. Transition level is flight level 80, and we have QNH 1005. Right, so let's load up the route. We're already tuned for delivery or 121-780. Right, so departing runway 23 left. Also reflected in our OFP. So the DODEN 1 Tango. Alright, so let's request clearance.
Here with Whiskey Yankee, requesting a flight to Mallorca.
Düsseldorf delivery, Ryanair 812, stand Alpha 12 with information hotel, requesting IFR clearance to Brno.
Number 554 requests IFR clearance to Frankfurt, we have information kilo.
I'll grab that clearance, give me just a minute. I'm working on that clearance. Stand by. Ryanair 812, cleared to Brno 2. Any via the DODEN 1 Tango departure runway 23 left. Initial climb to 5,000 feet. Departure on 128.655, squawk 2255.
Clear to Brno via the DODEN 1 Tango departure, initial altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 2255, Ryanair 812.
Ryanair 812, read back correct. Ground is on 121.605, safe flight, sir.
That's for squawking, 2255. We can go ahead and enter the DODEN 1 Tango. It's selected, so we just execute. After the arrival, we'll just do it ourselves on runway ILS 27. TUMKA 1 Papa. Transition. No transition, so execute. That's our route. So the paraffin page. So saying 6.5 on the block fuel and 2.5 for the final reserves.
Düsseldorf delivery load.
Cost index, I believe, was 2.3.
10 with information hotel request clearance to Palma.
2.3 at 370.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Get to Palma via Moto 2 kilo departure, runway 23 left.
Then cruising cruises 278 at 41.
55 squawk 52
Transition altitude to the 8000.
We would like our IFR clearance, so I will repeat our transmission. Eurowings 9 Lima Bravo with information Kilo, stand Alpha 12, request IFR clearance to Kastrup.
23 left. 1005 it's saying here. Yes, that's correct. The takeoff 1 at 41 degrees will give us 89.8, flaps 5 takeoff, and V1 speed is 139, rotate 140, V2 146. So we'll start with takeoff 1 at 41 degrees. Giving us 90.7, and takeoff page, flaps 5 for today's takeoff. Center of gravity in the trim 5.66, that is in there as well, 139, 140, 146. So the V2 speed is 1 knot less. And then the runway length remaining 908. So that is done. Still on the yaw damper. And let's also turn on the APU. So we have our fuel on board, 6.4. So turn on the seatbelt sign. So cruising altitude 370. You can set it right up here. The airport elevation 138.
Hello, Düsseldorf clearance, Airbus A320-200, Austrian 126 Charlie at gate Bravo 02, with information Kilo on board, request IFR clearance to Vienna, Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey. Düsseldorf ground, KLM 1041, request clearance to Tenerife.
So let's get rid of the ground power.
Request IFR clearance to
For release.
Tenerife.
E left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 245 at 21. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 100 feet. Broken at 2500 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 5. QNH 1005. Transition level 80 advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel. Düsseldorf Airport, information hotel. 1150 Zulu. Arriving runways 23 left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 245 at 21. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 100 feet. Broken at 2500 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 5. QNH 1005. Transition level 80 advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel. Düsseldorf Airport, information hotel. 1150 Zulu. Arriving runways 23 left.
I'm not sure which
23
ground
right.
frequency we were given.
Departing
121.680,
runway
121.605.
Wind 245 at 21. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Few at 100 feet. Broken at 2500 feet.
So just go to 121.680. Alright, so let's have a look at our departure. So we're departing runway 21 left. We're parked here at, I don't know, Alpha 12, it doesn't say here. And runway 21 left. And then we got the DODEN 1 Tango departure. That's this one right here, so left turn, let's see, 171, 083, flight level 150 or above, flight level, or 2,300 feet or above here at after 4.5 nautical miles. Taking us to Elbow, and that will take us to Betzel, and then ultimately to Doden. Initial clearance 5,000, we have that.
Nuvalea 2972, taxi to parking via Lima 5, Mike, Lima 7.
Lima 5, Mike, Lima 7,
So, turn on the flight director. Out of thrust. Runway heading 230. So VNAV can be armed, LNAV can be armed as well.
Departure Ryanair 3878, 2000 for 4000.
Ryanair 3878, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb 10,000, Ryanair 3878. Nuvalea 2972, give way to the GA Skywagon on your left.
Give way to the GA Skywagon, Nuvalea 2972.
Lufthansa 6 Papa Whiskey, contact tower on 118.305, guten Flug. 9.
Ground hello, Eurowings to Lima, request pushback and engine start.
Eurowings to Lima, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Ryanair 3878, contact Düsseldorf, departure on 128.555.
128.555 for Ryanair 3878.
Ground Condor 139er, taxi to parking.
Condor 139er, taxi to parking via Kilo 3, hold short of runway 5 right, then Lima.
Let's get our departure frequency through ground.
Then Lima, Condor 139er.
Ground, Ryanair 812. What is our departure frequency going to be? Thank you.
Eurowings 1 Whiskey Yankee, direct Cola. Cleared for the ILS runway 31 right approach. Descend and maintain altitude 5,000 until established.
Ryanair 812, Düsseldorf ground, departure frequency is 128.655.
128.655, Ryanair 812, thank you. Right, so what is the boarding doing? 88 passengers out of 158.
Eurowings 1 Whiskey Yankee, contact Cone Tower on 124.908.
124.908, Eurowings 1 Whiskey Yankee.
KLM 68 Charlie, contact tower on 118.305.
So push back, the runway is right there behind us.
Eurowings 45 Golf.
Push back,
Taxi to the gate.
Alpha 1-2.
Taxi parking via Lima 5 Tango.
So nose to the left.
Lima 5 Tango, Eurowings 45 Golf.
So taxi-wise, I think we can expect, so push back nose to the left, so facing northeast, if you will. Then we'll probably taxi via Tango Mike,
Eurowings 5 Papa Uniform. Push
or
back and
Tango
engine
Lima
start.
5 Mike,
Face north.
and then probably all the way Mike to
046, request taxi.
Lima 3 or Lima 1.
046, request taxi.
So we're not using these airstairs and this entry here on the left. Just don't think closing the door will trigger the airstairs to start moving though. But at least GSX did not reopen the door so far.
Delta Oscar Sierra Golf Delta contact tower on 118.305.
That's a QNH 1005. And that would be hectopascal. That's indeed giving us around 130 feet of field elevation. 6,400 kilograms. We're not using the center tanks. It's a short flight.
Charlie Whiskey gate or ramp V97 request push and stop.
So the trim setting.
Charlie Whiskey push and start approved.
Push and start approved.
5.66.
During 3 Charlie Whiskey. During 3 Charlie Whiskey request push and start gate V97.
Radar contact. Climb and maintain 4,000.
00 feet. Broken at 2500 feet. Broken at 3500 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 5. QNH 1005. Transition level 80. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Düsseldorf Airport, information hotel. 1150 Zulu. Arriving runways 23 left, 23 right. Departing runway 23 left. Wind 245 at 21. Visibility 10.
Right, so the landing
Sky
runways in case we need to return to the airport. Runway 23 left and 23 right, so 23 left is 109.9. And runway 23 right, let's get that frequency as well. 109.3. And the course heading we already put in there. 109.9, 109.3 in case do it like this. 13, no. Whoops.
Departure Delta Oscar Sierra Golf Delta 2000 for 4000.
Delta Oscar Sierra Golf Delta, radar contact. Maintain VFR at or below 4,000.
We probably won't be needing them, but at least we're set up. In case we do have to abort our takeoff, and but we are to get airborne, then we can return safely. We have the ILS frequency for both the runways, so whichever runway they assign to us, we have the course heading. And this is the same course heading, 230, so we can release that in the course boxes there. Initial altitude 5,000. And so we just wait until the boarding is finished. Let's check in on our passengers. It's almost done, 135 out of 158. So we're already on APU, so we're pretty much just sitting and waiting now to get going. I think everything up here is fine. We'll just wait with the no smoking sign. Because when you in the PMDG, when you turn this on, you will no longer hear the boarding sounds. And I think it's quite nice to have those sounds, so just leave that on for a little bit longer. So initial altitude 5,000, so we'll look at the legs page. So 600 feet on the runway heading. Then we have the limit 239. Let's get that departure. So with a left turn, 117, and left turn 083. The aircraft will just fly this for us. We don't have to worry our beautiful little heads about it. So now if ATC all of a sudden might say, let's say basically if they give us a different altitude, like a higher altitude than actually is at one of the constraints here, and we will be in vertical navigation, we could then, we'll just use the altitude intervent. Because when we reach our altitude that we put in the window, and it's on altitude intervent, it will ensure that VNAV is still on. If instead we would use level change or vertical speed, that would, and you would then reach your climbing altitude, or the assigned altitude, it would no longer be in VNAV, and you would want to have it in VNAV. So that's what we're going to do if they give us a different clearance. Right, so we're standing by now for the boarding to finish, and then we can request our taxi.
Eurowings 2 Papa, contact tower on 118.305, guten Flug.
So push back nose facing northeast. And then we'll get onto Tango, and then probably immediately jump to Mike over here. I think it's called Lima 5. This is actually Lima 5, so it's this one. Just stay Tango until it reaches Mike, and then we just follow Mike, and then either we get Mike 1, Lima, no, let's see, from Mike you get either Lima 2 or Lima 1. Düsseldorf approach, let's see, 23 left. Decision altitude would be Radio to 903 or 100. That's the wrong one, Arkady. Well, boarding finished. Set 93 in case we need to land. Alright, the ground Ryanair 812 stand Alpha 12 request push and start. So close the doors.
Ryanair 812, push and start approved, face northeast.
Push start approved, face northeast, Ryanair 812. Oops, we have to set our parking brakes. So chocks are removed. Let's get the pushback. Oh, what a coincidence, so are we.
Departure checks completed. Bypassing and started.
Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo, request push and start clearance.
Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo, cleared for push and start.
Push back and start approved, Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo.
Docking clear.
Cool, there goes our doors. So in our case that is a nose to the left. Nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake release.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Right, engine number 2.
Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo, ready to taxi.
Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo, runway 23 left taxi via Lima 7, Mike Lima 1.
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 7, Mike Lima 1, Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo.
That turn's looking good at least. Engine number 1. That's standing by for parking brakes.
Start approved, face north, Eurowings, Papa Uniform.
Eurowings 5 Papa Uniform, contact tower on
Parking brake set.
113.305, auf Wiedersehen.
So now we're just waiting for engine number 1 to fully get started. We can set the auto brake to the rejected takeoff. We'll be using flaps 5. We already have trimmed the aircraft, 5.66. 2 TA only for now. Now we're asked to verify our takeoff speeds. Let's see, we got 2 running engines, let's go for an engine start.
Request push and start clearance.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Roger, pushback approved. Turkish 7 Alpha Tango.
So V1 139, rotate 140, V2 145.
Delta Kilo Echo Kilo Juliet, runway 23 left taxi via Golf Mike Lima 1.
So 2 running engines.
Runway 23
Let's
left.
turn on the main generators and turn off the APU.
1 Delta Kilo Echo Kilo Juliet.
APU lead goes off too. Let's turn on the packs, put them in auto. No smoking sign.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So runway turn off lights and taxi lights can come on. Ground Ryanair 812, request taxi 23 left.
Ryanair 812, runway 23 left taxi via Tango Papa 1 Mike Lima 1 Kilo 1.
That was a little fast. Please repeat our taxi route, Ryanair 812. Ground Ryanair 812, request taxi to 23 left. Oh, come on, ATC. Ground Ryanair 812, request taxi to departing runway. It's not like it's like super busy or anything. Let's think of St. Angela, sometimes it's a little bit slow. Usually it's quite okay, but the speed's a little bit on the sluggish side sometimes. Probably all the pilots are spamming their service. I mean, as you can see, there's nothing going on. We've asked them like 3 times to repeat themselves. There's not even a message saying go stand by or whatever. Nothing at all. Ground, whiskey, excuse me, ground, Ryanair 812, request taxi to 23 left. Alright, forget it, we'll just taxi then. Alright, so screw ATC, so I think we're ready to get going, so let's get the parking brake released. Ground, disregard last transmission, we're just going to taxi at our own discretion, Whiskey Papa, Ryanair 812. I keep wanting to say Whiskey Papa 812. Now the challenge of holding down one button on the controller.
Ryanair 812, negative taxi instructions must be followed. Taxi via Tango, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1, Kilo 1 to runway 23 left.
By Tango, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1, Kilo 1, Ryanair 812.
Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo, push and start approved.
Roger, pushback approved. Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo.
Eurowings 8 Juliet uniform ready for push.
So if there's one negative thing about the PMDG, it is the parking brake. Unless I'm really a stupid idiot, which there's a very good chance there is. That's the case, but usually I just press and hold the X button on my controller and will simply just disengage. And the last couple of flights it just simply refused. And this is typical for the PMDG, this behavior. I've noticed this in lots of PMDG aircraft. And then you just sort of start like fiddling around, you know, and then it does something. It's embarrassing. I mean, now it makes it, so what's the fucking difference? Alright.
Kilo. KLM 89er Foxtrot, contact Dutch Mill info on 132.35.
I'm not sure which one is Papa 1. And then Mike, well, it's probably the first one here to the left, but it just doesn't look like a Papa to me.
Romeo ready to taxi.
Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo, runway 23 left taxi via Tango, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1.
Runway 23 left taxi via Tango, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1, Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo.
So let's just ignore this aircraft here and just rip through its behind. It's cute, this little general aviation aircraft in front of us, look at that.
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 9er, Mike Lima 1, Eurowings 8 Juliet uniform.
Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo, contact tower on 118.305.
Also didn't really see a Kilo here. Oh, there's Kilo 2.
Round, hello, Eurowings to go. Request pushback.
Then where's Kilo 1? This one. Lima 1, okay. I'm probably not smart enough for this.
2 Juliet Kilo, runway 23 left taxi via Lima 7, Mike, Lima 1.
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 7, Mike, Lima 1, 2 Jet 2 Juliet Kilo. Austrian 1 Kilo ready to taxi.
Austrian 1 Kilo, runway 23 left taxi via Lima 5, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1.
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 5, Papa 1, Mike, Lima 1, Austrian 1 Kilo.
Start. Sun Express 6 Hotel Tango, cleared for push and start.
So it's busy, using runway 23 left and 23 right, so the departing runway is also being used for landings. And then runway 23 right is only used for landings, but the departing runway 23 left is being used for both landings and departures. So it's a little bit more busy. Now you can hear with the maybe you've noticed with the background chatter that some pilots are calling in with information kilo, for instance, while we're actually now at hotel. And I think it has to do with some pre-recorded things, and even though I thought I disabled that, so I wanted live information. Let's just drive straight through that airplane, so I don't know why it's standing still. Should have no reason to, other than it has some problems on its own.
IFR to Leipzig.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Departure Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo 2000 for 4000.
So let's get really close and personal.
Radar contact. Climb and maintain 6,000.
6000 Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo.
That felt weird.
Sun Express 6 Hotel Tango, runway 23 left taxi via Lima 9er, Mike Lima 1.
Runway 23 left taxi via Lima 9er, Mike Lima 1, Sun Express 6 Hotel Tango. With Malta 1 Kilo November, contact Eindhoven Tower on 122.1.
Switching to Eindhoven Tower on 122.1 TA with Malta 1 Kilo November.
Turkish 7 Alpha Tango, contact tower on 118.305. Ryanair 812, contact tower on 118.305, take care.
118.305, Ryanair 812. Bye-bye.
Switching to Langen Radar on 119.11 East, Swiss 3 Quebec Bravo.
Let's set the parking brake. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. So 118.305. And then departure frequency 128. 655. Tower Ryanair 812, holding short at runway 23 left, ready for departure.
Ryanair 812, Düsseldorf Tower, runway 23 left, winds 240 at 21, cleared for takeoff.
23 left, clear for takeoff, Ryanair 812. Alright, we're clear for takeoff, people. Stone on the landing lights. And position strobe and steady. Parking brake release.
Wing 7 Bravo uniform 2000 for 4000.
And again, that's not working.
Wing 7 Bravo
It's so weird. I don't understand why the hell it's doing that.
Up to 8,000 Eurowing 7 Bravo uniform.
Over to departure, Turkish 7 Alpha Tango. Departure, Turkish 7 Alpha Tango, 2000 for 4000.
Turkish 7 Alpha Tango radar contact. Climb and maintain 12-1-2000.
Up to 12-1-2000, Turkish 7 Alpha Tango.
135.35 for Eurowing 7 Bravo uniform. Good day.
Turkish 7 Alpha Tango contact Langen radar on 119.11.
Right, let's start our timer. And let's get going. Let's go to Brno. Take off thrust.
Airspeed alive. Knots. E1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. I'm going to engage the autopilot now immediately. CMD. On that VNAV speed.
Ryanair 812, contact departure on 128.655.
Departure on 128.655, Ryanair 812. Departure Ryanair 812, climbing through 2,500 for 5,000.
Ryanair 812, Düsseldorf departure identified. Climb via the center flight level 250. Ryanair 812 identified. Climb flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, Ryanair 812. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Turn on the TCAS, forgot to do that. So transition out to this 8,000 feet. So the after takeoff checklist should be complete. Flaps up. That voice sounds creepy as funk, man.
Down to 15, 15000,
Flaps.
cleared for the ILS,
Let's see.
approach, Eurowings 1 Lima uniform.
Engine bleeds to 1. They are already on arm. Packs at auto. Landing gear up and off.
Over to Düsseldorf Tower on
Flaps up, no lights.
305. Air carrier 2.
Faster takeoff checklist complete.
Departure Turkish 30 Tango 2000 for 4000.
Here comes transition altitude.
Turkish 30 Tango, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000.
Let's go standard pressure.
2 Victor Romeo 2000 for 4,000. Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo, radar contact. Climb and maintain 12, 12000. Climb 12, 12000, Eurowings 2 Victor Romeo. Eurowings 1
Hey Lego, how you doing, man?
Good day.
I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself? Nice of you to say hi. We just departed. Just departed from Düsseldorf on our way to Brno in the Czech Republic. Yeah, it's good to hear, Lego. Alright, so we're above the clouds. Let's turn off the anti-ice. For sure, pretty cloudy today, man. Look at that. But we managed to get on top of the clouds now. Everyone now just climbing 10,000 feet. The nose is dropped. Let's turn off the landing lights. We can also release our fast, yeah.
Over to Langen radar on 129.3, Delta Oscar Sierra Golf Delta.
1425 is our arrival. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is Arkady speaking. Welcome aboard Flight 812 to Brno. We have turned off the seatbelt signs, so you may feel free to walk around the cabin. We expect to land at Brno in about 1 hour and 5 minutes. We'll be cruising at an altitude of flight level 370, that's 37,000 feet, that's approximately 11 kilometers. If there's anything you need, feel free to reach out to our lovely cabin crew, they will be there to assist you. On behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Alright, so keep on climbing.
For Eurowing 7 Bravo uniform.
Alright, so autopilot zone, CMD, N1 L9 VNAV speed. We're now cleared for flight level 220. Top of descent is 1358, 295 nautical miles. So it was interesting. Immediately after takeoff, we contacted departure, and then we got two messages. One was saying climb via the SID to flight level 250, and then after that, like immediately after that, I believe it was also slightly different voice. It was, hey Ryanair 812, climb flight level 220. So I decided to just dial in 220. Departure Ryanair 812, we're at climbing through flight level 200. Please confirm our next altitude. That came out a little bit skew, but... please confirm assigned altitude, Ryanair 812.
Ryanair 812, climb flight level 220.
Flight level 220, Ryanair 812.
Ryanair 812, maintain flight level 220.
Maintain flight level 220, Ryanair 812. and the altitude is now about to go into hold, but we are not at our cruising altitude. So once we get a different clearance, we'll just use alt intervent, and that should then ensure that the VNAV logic will remain active. But for now we're holding 220. We are 7.2 miles from the coast.
Contact Langen radar on 118.75.
Langen radar on 118.75, Ryanair 812, goodbye. 118.75.
Climb 5,000.
Another position. Langen radar, Ryanair 812, we're 3.4 nautical miles from bed, so holding at flight level 220.
Ryanair 812, contact Langen radar on 135.35.
Ryanair 812, Langen radar identified. Good afternoon.
So I don't understand why they're giving us two separate frequencies. That's a bit stupid. And it's a paid service, so I do really hope that they improve. Unless maybe I'm doing something wrong, there's always a very big chance of that. But I'm simply not understanding and not intelligent enough to do this stuff. But I don't know. It seems a little bit weird to me. Anyway, we're at VNAV alt, so the aircraft is holding now at 220. Reset MCP altitude. We'll just leave that for now. And just wait until we can climb further. So at DODEN, we should be flight level 250 or above. And that's in about 20 miles. So we would definitely make that, but I don't understand why they're keeping us at 220. So the weather up here is looking fine. We got some mild clouds above, and we got a thick layer below us. So curious when we'll get our next assigned altitude. As I said, we should be at flight level 250 or above in about 13 miles. So we're now at flight level 220.
Condor 233, climb and maintain flight level 330. Climb and maintain flight level 330 for Condor 233. Condor 233, climb and maintain flight level 260. Condor 250 would like to maintain the climb to flight level 330.
And now the FMC is telling us, well, unable to reach the next altitude in this amount of time that's left. Langen radar, Ryanair 812, request climb 250.
Ryanair 812, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Ryanair 812. Alright, so alt intervent, let's see how this works. So it's saying VNAV speed now, Let's see if we can request cruising altitude 370. Long and radar Ryanair 812. Request climb flight level 370.
Ryanair 812, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Ryanair 812. So that will take us to our cruising altitude. No visible passengers, unfortunately. White Gamers official, how are you doing, man? Hello. Welcome to the flight into the channel. So we're just clear to our cruising altitude, 370. So we're climbing now. And our top of descent is in about 30 minutes, I believe. Let's have a look here. Descent 13:58. Yeah, so it's a little under 30 minutes. Good, man. Right, so let's prepare for a landing. So we can expect runway 27 ILS. Runway 27. Let's get the final approach chart. ILS, runway 27 minutes. Did we not have an arrival? Check the OFP. Looks like we should have the TUMKA 1 Papa arrival. That sucker is not on here. RNF arrival, so maybe it's just like all of them. TUMKA 1 Papa is right there, okay. Let's use a little pin there. So we'll be coming in by TUMKA. A typical RNF approach, and then that initial approach fix, the book up. What kind of games you play? White Gamers official is asking. Well, I play a lot of flight simulators. I like every now and then like a GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, No Man's Sky. I've like a whole bunch of games, but at the moment it's mostly No Man's Sky, I think, and Flight Simulator. How about you? Do you play Flight Simulator, for instance?
Düsseldorf Tower on 124.355. Contacting Düsseldorf Tower on 124.355.
Well, let's check our legs page and see what we can expect. So book up, we just saw that on the star chart. TUMKA 1 Papa, so TUMKA, Tango Bravo 520, 511 and so forth. That will take us to book up. So that is already lining us up really nicely. Roblox, I've never played any Roblox games, man. A friend of mine has been playing some Roblox. So runway 27 after book up, so we can just join these legs there. That's looking nice. So Charlie India 27. We can just get rid of this route discontinuity right here. Cool, flying to the Czech Republic. We don't do that very often on the channel, so that's, I thought it was an interesting flight. Top of climb is coming up. Now a couple of other pieces of information. Let's set the nav 1. So the frequency for the localizer, and just to double check, okay, never hurt, at Lima Kilo Tango Bravo, Brno, Czechia. ILS runway 27, that is ours. So final approach course will be 272, and then we got 111.5. And 272 for the final approach course. So 111.5, we dial that in. And then 272 is the final approach course.
Like on radar, with 3 Yankee X-ray with you, flight number 130. With 3 Yankee X-ray, Langen radar, roger.
Now let's set some rangelings. So we got the runway 27, we'll copy that and go to our fixed page. We just paste it in there. We have to set some radials. So final approach was 272. The glide slope will take us down at 3,000 feet at 7.0 nautical miles from Bravo Oscar, and that is actually from the localizer itself. That always has my preference for some reason. So 7 miles. So 272.
Ryanair 812, traffic at your 12 o'clock, less than 1 mile. At flight level 330737.
Longer than the traffic inside Ryanair 812, thank you. So final approach course 272, reciprocal will be 0902. That one is easy for my little brain. So 0902, and at 7 miles. Let's also do 15 miles, 0902 at 15. And then if we go to our plan page, you can see what that looks like once we arrive there. So legs page, previous, here is our approach, so we'll be coming in via Tango Bravo 510 and so forth, 514 to book up. And then you can see there at the 15 nautical mile range link and then the 7 nautical mile range link.
812, expect the TUMKA 1 Papa arrival, expect to descend in about 20 minutes.
Expect the TUMKA 1 Papa arrival, expect the descent in approximately 20 minutes. Ryanair 812, thank you. Right, so the TUMKA 1 Papa, we're already on it. And you can see this ranging here at 7 miles. That's where the glide slope will take us down. And it says so here as well. At 3,000 feet, at a distance of 7 nautical miles from the localizer Bravo Oscar. You can see that right here is the runway identifier, okay? So that's set up. It's just a little visual aid, that's all it is. Doesn't do anything else, but it greatly helps when you're doing a go-around or whatever, or they're vectoring you some weird way, then at least you can see, hey man, I'm just totally flying away from that party. Right, let's Let's go back to map. Top of climb is coming up. So he was saying 20 minutes. Let's look at our descent page. 13:58 is spot on. In about 20 minutes we'll start our descent. So we're now, right now 36,000 feet. You could just hear the altitude horn, meaning we're 1,000 feet from our assigned altitude. I will quickly step off into the galley to get a refreshing iced tea, and I'll be right back, and then we'll further prepare for our departure. Right, so we're back. Hopefully we did not miss any handoffs or anything. Now, what would also be interesting to see is after we touch down on runway 27. Well, it's not quite the chart that I was hoping for. Let's go charts, taxi, airport briefing. Oh, I wasn't looking correctly. It is actually the chart. So runway 27 is a very small airport. Runway length 8,694 feet. Vacate to the right after touchdown. The tower is 119.605. And ground will be 125,430. 125,430. So just taking a note of these. We'll be using them after, well, at least the ground after we touch down. 8 is 131,105. We can have that running over COM 2 maybe. See if it's picking up. 131,105. It doesn't look like it's picking up yet. I guess that's normal. So we'll put it on the standby again, and we'll check every now and then. The top of the descent in approximately, I don't know, 90 miles or so. 130, my bad, 130 miles. Let's get the descent forecast, so we get some descent winds. And in the meantime, let's start up Sky Dolly, so we can start recording the moment we start our descent.
Ryanair 812, contact Munich radar on 128.63.
Munich radar on 128.63, Ryanair 812. Munich radar, good day. Ryanair 812, we're flight level 370, 30 nautical miles from Tonsil.
Ryanair 812, Munich radar, identified. Good afternoon.
Let's see if we have ATIS information alive at the moment. One 131-105, let's just double check. 131-105. But maybe we're just a little bit too far out still, so that's alright. Anyway, we'll vacate the runway to the right. But I would like to have some weather information. Obviously, we can also check the weather information through the ESB, but it's more fun to do it via the radio panel. So arrival, Brno, 3009 knots. Few clouds at 2100, 10 degrees, and QNH is 1003. So it's not something too crazy. 300 at 9 knots, so that's 30 degrees to our right. And 9 knots, well, it's a bit windy, but nothing too bad. Like a couple of days ago when we were flying to Amsterdam, and there was this Benjamin storm. It was like wind 26 and gusting up to like 38 or 39 or something. It was insane. And when we were on final approach, the moment we disengaged the autopilot, it's like immediately the nose of the aircraft was blown up. It was quite apparent for sure. 100 miles to the descent. So landing lights are off, runners are off, lights, taxi lights are off. The passengers can roam around the cabin freely. So, a few other things to set up for landing. The field elevation is fairly high. Oh, I mean, at least compared to where we're from. 771. So we choose the closest one, that will be 750. So that's our landing altitude. Now we have the, let's get the final approach shot. So we have the frequency 111.5 and we have the final approach course 272. So we have 272 on both windows and we have the frequency 111.5 and our radio net 1. And for now we could use the QNH 1003. So just preset it. And let's see if there's any minimums there. ILS 200 feet radio altitude or 971 barometric. So let's choose 200. So then all that would actually remain is two things. I would like to see transition altitude 5000, the same as the departing airport. And the EDDL page, if we do flaps 30, and this number will definitely go down, but let's choose something for now. So we got 155 knots for flaps 30 landing, which gives us 150 knots on the final approach for the approach speed. So the current fuel is 4.0. If you look at the progress page, we expect to land with 3.2, so the FMC expects us to burn only 800 kilograms of fuel. So that number here will not go down significantly. Maybe it will go down by probably like 1 knot to 144, which would give us 149 on the final approach speed. So back to the legs page, and maybe on this side Let's go manual FMC and descent. So 75 miles to go. We do have tailwind, so maybe descending a little bit earlier would not be too crazy of an idea. Right, I'll be stepping off into the galley just for a minute. I'll be right back.
Tower 118.305, Lufthansa 461.
Delta Bravo Charlie Alpha Alpha, request to descend 5,000 feet. Delta Bravo Alpha, Delta Bravo Charlie Alpha Alpha, Roger. Do you have a local CNH for Dresden?
Right, shoulder back. Find the way to the flight backing up. So descent, 15 nautical miles, 13:58, in about 6 minutes.
Prague radar, Speedbird 860, Juliet, flight level 330.
Transavia 690 with you at flight level 360.
Transavia 6902, Munich radar identified, shown in Guten Abend.
Ryanair 812, Munich radar, contact Prague, radar on 124.05.
Prague radar on 124.05, Ryanair 812, bye bye. One to 4.05. And our position. Prague radar, Ryanair 812, flight level 370, 78 nautical miles from Victor Oscar Zulu. very silent on the other side. Flag radar with Ryanair 812 on this frequency.
Ryanair 812, affirmative, remain on this frequency.
Descent coming up, 27 nautical miles. Prague radar, Ryanair 812. We have a tailwind of 46 knots and we request we start our descent a little bit early if that's okay.
Ryanair 812, clear Tunk 1 Papa, arrival into Tuřany. When you're ready to descend, flight level 250.
When ready to descend, flight level 250 for the TUMKA 1 Papa arrival, Ryanair 812, thanks. So when we're ready, we can descend to 250, so let's just start by dialing that in. So let's execute descent right now. It might be, I don't know if it's too early, maybe wait until it's 10 nautical miles. So today will be another daytime landing.
Flight level 160.
Descent flight level 160, Ryanair 812. Right, let's descend. Descent now, yes, execute. So here we go. Still at VNF path. Now expect to arrive at 1425. So we'll strap in the passengers in about 7 to 10 minutes or so. Fuel down to 3.6. We expect to land at 3.3. So an additional 300 kilograms to burn. And the number is down the VRAF speed to 144 for our flaps 30 landing. So let's update. 144. So we should reach 149 on the leg stage. And there it is, 149. And 149 at the runway. Okay. So SkyDial is started recording, that's good. Retarding. Vector Oscar Zulu, 33 miles, speed 265.
Over to Munich radar on 132.555, the red nose 4501.
And I think we should do alt intervent, otherwise we're probably going to Level off at 272. So alt intervent. A little nicely on the descent profile still, so that's looking good. Touchdown 1425, that's 25 minutes from now. See if there's a weather update. Actually, let's listen in with the ATIS, see if that's picked up. There it is.
Wind 295 at 9er. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. View at 2100 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 4. QNH 1003. Transition level 70. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Routine maintenance ongoing. Runway crack sealing in progress. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
Right, you have information Quebec.
Departure runway 29, initial climb to 5000, departure on 124.0.
So, QNH is correct, 1003. You went 295 at 9 knots. Let's see if this is the same here. Not quite. And transition altitude 7,000. It said here the transition altitude 5,000, so you need to remember 7,000 and then we'll switch to a local pressure 1003. We're still descending very neatly. We're spot on, right on the descent profile. Time's 14:01. We're 47 minutes into the flight. And the fuel now 3.6. So we're going to burn an additional like around 200 kilograms or something. 300 kilograms. So we have our V-speed, or our VREF. But it is now down to 144. So it's 149, and we see that in the legs page as well. 149. Right, so descent checklist. Pressurization should be at landing altitude, and we've done that, 750. Pre-call, let's check, see if anything requires our attention. Checked, that's clear. Auto brake. I think auto brake 2 will be okay for today's airport. Then the landing data, VREF and minimums, we have all of those. We have the ILS frequency, we can see it down here, 111.50. And we have the final approach course 272, that's in both boxes, course boxes. Then we have the QNH 1003, we have the decision altitude, 200 feet radio. And we have a final approach speed, or the VREF speed, 144, final approach speed, 149. And then approach briefing has been pretty much completed as well, so then we can go to the approach. So that will basically just be at 7,000 feet, we'll switch to the local pressure. So that will mean descent checklist complete. Time is 14:03, and I suggest we just start by strapping in our beloved passengers. Without the passengers, there would be no flights, would there?
Austrian 34 Delta, descend flight level 060.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain. Please return to your seats, make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. We have started our descent into Brno Airport. We expect to arrive there in approximately 21 minutes. It will be a little bit of a windy day. We've got 10 degrees today at the airport. We expect a smooth touchdown. On behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Flat 25,000. We're still descending and we're still on the profile, so that's all looking lovely. So we noted the tower frequency 119.605. Also got the ground frequency 125.430 after touchdown.
Flight level 070.
Please repeat for Ryanair 812.
Ryanair 812, descend flight level 070.
Descend flight level 070, Ryanair 812. So the initial message was really low in volume, but it was in fact for us 070. So on our way to TUMKA. Here we see the airport party. So be flying past the airport, take a right turn, and then we'll line up.
When ready, descend flight level 290, reserve entry Alpha Delta.
Reserve H3 Alpha Delta Prague radar, cleared Alpha 2 hotel arrival into Budapest. Whenever you'd like to send flight level 290. Foxtrot 287 Tango Prague radar, contact Prague. Info on 136.275.
Switching from 150 to 275.
Let's check the go around procedure. In case of a missed approach, we climb the final approach course, track 272. We climbed to 4,000 feet, and then we basically expect radar vectoring. So with communications failure, you would climb 272 until 8 nautical miles from Brno VOR. And then you turn right at the maximum speed of 180 knots to the VOR. Climbing to 4,000. And what does it look like? 272 basically vectors. And otherwise it would be 272 8 nautical miles. Turn right. Where's the holding? Brno. This is right above the airport, it looks like. Right? There it is, okay. Let's hope we don't need that.
Ryanair 812, maintain current heading 090 vectors for the ILS runway 27 approach.
Maintain current heading 070, excuse me, please repeat, Ryanair 812. Did you say 090? Ryanair 812, maintain heading 090, expect vectors for 27 approach. Let's go heading select. So from here on we'll get vectors. 15 miles range link. We've got the moon lit off to our right, look at that. Always like seeing our moon. 15,600. We're still nicely on the profile, we're like 40 plus feet low. So we're doing fine. Got the terrain radar and let's have a look at the initial approach or the arrival chart. We're just looking okay in terms of terrain. We have a minimum safe altitude here, 3,700, 4,100, 3,100 here. So CMD is on, heading select, so we're holding 090 and we're at the VNet path to on our way to 7,000 feet. We have the local QNH. We could maybe listen in, see if we had information. You're back.
Maintenance ongoing. Runway crack sealing in progress. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read Beth all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
So we still have information Quebec.
Any
Turn right heading 110, Ryanair 812. So sometimes the ATC is a lot louder, sometimes it's a lot lower. But we could hear this, so heading 110 it is. We're still nicely on the descent profile, so that's all looking good. 11,600 feet. Let's start up the APU. Let's also put the engine start switch to continuously light. We don't have to do that later. Now exactly 1 hour into the flight, expecting to land in approximately 11 minutes. 1426. It's 12 minutes from now. So 10,000 feet. Let's also turn on the landing lights. So fuel now 3.4. Expect to land at 3.2, so we're expected to burn 200 kilograms. Let's see the VREF speed. That's still remaining 144, so that's probably going to be it. The weather is still the same, QNH 1003, and we had winds reported at 295 at 9 knots. So we're landing on runway 27, that's okay. Feet, and then we're descending to 7,000. That's also the transition altitude. So once we reach that, we'll change over to local pressure. So we're right next to the airport, it's to our right. Let's actually look out the window, see if we can see anything. Not so sure. Alright. 9,600. We are now within the 50 nautical miles range, I think. So if we do this, it will now think that we are actually a little bit high on the approach, but it's already compensating or changing. We're not following, basically we're following the headings now, we're getting vectors by ATC. So range in a straight line from the localizer is 11.8, it's now going up, so we just flew past it. Alright, so reaching 7,000. So let's switch to local pressure.
Ryanair 812, turn left heading 090.
Left heading 090, Ryanair 812.
Ryanair 812, descend altitude 4,000, turn right heading 130. Ryanair 812, 8 miles from CI-27. Turn right heading 210, descend altitude 3,000 until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS runway 27 approach.
Right heading 210, descend out to 3,000 feet, report established on the localizer. Turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. Engine start switches are at continuous relight. We've set the local QNH, so engine start switch continuous relight, speed brake armed. We'll do this once we're on the localizer and then landing her down, flaps green light. So flaps landing 30 degrees. One final check for the VREF speed, still 144. Glide slope is alive, we're above it. Let's see if we can turn on the localizer now. Localizer armed. Aircraft decelerating now. Localizer capture. Ryanair 812, localizer 27 captured.
Ryanair 812, roger, localizer runway 27 captured, continue approach.
Continue approach, Ryanair 812. So I'm guessing the tower was going to be 119605.
Ryanair 812, Atlanta 912, identified, confirmed. Continue current heading and maintain 3,000 feet. Cleared for the ILS runway 27 approach at LKTB. Lufthansa 656, prime radar identified, good afternoon. Ryanair 812, contact Tuřany Tower on 119.605.
Tower 119.605, Ryanair 812. Tower Ryanair 812, established localizer runway 27, we're descending through 5,200 for 3,000.
Ryanair 812, Tuřany Tower, descend 3,000, continue approach runway 27.
Descend 3,000, continue approach 27, Ryanair 812. So ground will be 125.430. I'm not sure if we're going to be making this. Let's go vertical speed.
Ryanair 812, winds 290 at Niner. Runway 27, clear to land. Caution bird activity.
Clear to land 27, Ryanair 812. Let's drop the gear and get a little bit more drag going. Flaps 2. On the speed brakes. Cabin crew, take a seat for landing. Go a little more aggressive here.
Sink rate. Pull up.
Oh shit.
Sink rate.
Alright, so we're captured by the glide slope now.
One second while I grab the paperwork.
Yeah, this is the clearance you have gave me already. I want clearance for push and start, please, from time level 366.
Let's go flaps 30.
Travel 36 Yankee, request for clearance to Varna.
Oh, very late configuration. So let's see if we can do this. Autopilot off.
Minimums.
Continue. Idle and flat.
10.
That's touchdown. Nose gear touchdown. Welcome to Brno, everybody. Full reverse. They mentioned bird activity, and there were some birds in front of us for sure. That was interesting. 60 knots, engines to idle, flaps up, speed brake in. And we'll vacate to the right. A little bit of tail braking.
Ryanair 812, welcome to Tuřany. Taxi to Park 14 at your discretion, monitor this frequency.
Park 14, Ryanair 812. Tower Ryanair 812, runway vacated. Cool, welcome to Brno again. Here we are then, taxiing to parking 14, whatever the hell that may mean. So it was a bit of a high energy approach, but it looks like we made it after all. But it does not necessarily win the beauty contest, although the touchdown itself appeared actually quite okay. So I'm not too worried about that. And I don't know, but we're just going to set it down here to the left. And we call it a flight. Well, that will be it. Let's set the parking brake. And here we are. So welcome to Brno, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the flight. That's the 737-800 by PMDG Ryanair livery. 1 hour and 5 or 1 hour and 10 minutes flight or so. Landed in one piece, and finally we had a daytime landing for a change on the channel. That's what you get with real world time, real world weather. Sometimes we depart during the day, but we still arrive when after the sun has set. Anyway, thank you all very much for checking, and I will see you at the next video. Everybody stay cool. See you later. Bye bye.